Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Normally, I would prefer to talk about the ruling government normally in my editorials. But at times, one has to talk about the opposition, and now Congress is trending. Not for the right reasons though, but Congress is trending. So, let's talk about Congress. I want to talk about the so-called G23 of Congress versus the Gandhis. That's the battle that is going on. Let's get right into the show. Okay, so yesterday, after the Sidhu exit and all of that, the senior leader of Congress, Mr. Kapil Sibal, senior leader, union minister of Congress when Congress was in power, he made several statements. He said, in Congress, there is no elected president now. He said, who is taking calls? We don't know who is taking the decisions for the party. He said, you know what? We are G23, definitely not G Huzur 23. That was joke, I guess, what he cracked. Anyway, all this he was saying against the Gandhis. Now, is he right in what he is saying? Actually, to a very large extent, he is right. Now, let's look at this very clinically. So, there are two parties now, G23 and the Gandhis. Two parties. Let us look at the problem from a G23 perspective. Let us look at this problem from a Gandhi's perspective. So let us look at it. Let's start with G23. You see, the G23 says that there is no leadership in Congress. Are they right? Yes, they are right. But the question is, what has this G23 done to create a leadership in Congress? Who is this G23 expecting to create a leader? Who are they expecting that will come and change everything? What have they done to bring about a change? Now let us talk about some of these people, G23. Ghulam Nabi Azad is the biggest name in G23. You know what was Congress's strength in Jammu and Kashmir at one point in time, where this gentleman comes from, Ghulam Nabi Azad? And what is Congress reduced to in Jammu and Kashmir? Congress doesn't exist in Jammu and Kashmir, literally. Ghulam Nabi Azad. The same Kapil Sibal is from Delhi. Do you know what is the status of Delhi? In 2020 elections, 63 out of 66 people who stood for elections from Congress lost their deposits. This is Kapil Sibal. His constituency, Delhi's senior leader, union minister. It was his constituency. 63 people lost deposits. So now the point is, then Shashi Tharoor, Kerala, a state which was a TikTok state, once in Congress, once with CPIM, once again with Congress, CPIM, lost. This is the second term of CPIM. After possibly this is the first time CPIM is having a double session, a double run. Anand Sharma, Himachal Pradesh, where is Congress? See, these people are saying that, Congress leadership change, Baba. Congress leadership should change. My question is, what have they done to change? My question is, what have they done? What are their credentials? What are they talking about? You see, second and the most important thing is, if there is something wrong in the house, do you go to the neighbor's house and shout that, it has to change, or you sit together with your house, your family, and then say, Baba, you have to change. Thirdly, I fail to wonder, and please kindly tell me if somebody can in the comment box, why are everybody so afraid of Gandhi? See, Congress party is not a private limited company where the person who sits in the galla is Gandhi, and he runs the galla, he takes everything and gives the money, and it's not that way. Okay, the fact remains that why haven't there been a challenger to Gandhi? Have they asked that question before he says there is no leadership to Gandhi, there is no leadership, there is no president, I don't know who's taking decision? Did he say that why haven't we created a challenger to Gandhi? Where is the question? Who is going to ask that question? Because if you ask that question, then the fault doesn't lie with Gandhi, then the fault lies with others who never wanted to challenge. Narendra Modi went and challenged LK Advani and got the Prime Minister's chair. He challenged L.K. Advani. After he became the Prime Minister, he made L.K. Advani into the Margadarshak committee and all that. He put that. He got his chair. He challenged the leadership. He got his chair. That's how you do it, isn't it? That's how you do it in politics. So there is no challenger. Everybody sits at home and says, Gandhi is there, no leadership, what, no leadership, we are not getting any leadership and all that. Why? It's not a private limited company. It's a political party that belongs to the nation, for crying out loud. So the fact remains that a lot of these people who call themselves G23, G53, G73 and all that, it sounds one of those, those filmy names, but all the same, these G23 and all that, all these people, all of them want to be leaders within. They want to be leaders, they want to be president, they want to be prime minister. But the point is, nobody is willing to get out of their air-conditioned cabin. Like I told you yesterday, the biggest problem with Congress is the fact that all these people were ministers, union ministers, char gadi aage, char gadi piche, one light, two lights, one light here, one light there, 16 bodyguards and all that. All this, they are so used to it that most of them, and believe me, when you meet these guys, most of these guys still think that they are top leaders. Their attitude, their arrogance, the way they come across, the way they talk to media, the way they talk to, look into the camera, the whole gang reeks of arrogance. That concept that they are no longer in power, the concept that they are no longer minister does not exist. And that is the state of Congress, which unfortunately this G23 doesn't talk about. I can understand this G23 talking about the fact that there is no leader. Like I said, I do agree too. But they should also talk about the fact that we guys suck too, don't we? I mean, that also should be said. If truth be told, that also should be spoken about. That is never spoken about. So that's from the G23 perspective. Now let us look at it from the Gandhi's perspective. You see, you put the cart before the horse before the cart. You heard this concept? The Gandhis, especially Rahul Gandhi, he started taking tough decisions. But what he forgot is he should first be a leader and then take tough decisions. You can't take tough decisions and then be a leader. ऐसा नहीं होता है. I will tell you what I mean by that. He said old people should go, new people should be there, new people, new blood in Congress, and all these decisions he was taking. He was behaving like what Narendra Modi was behaving in Bharatiya Janata Party. Except Narendra Modi was an undisputed leader in Bharatiya Janata Party. Whether internally people are scared of him, people like him, people do not like him, that's a different issue. Bahar aake koi bolta hai? Nobody talks, no? So the fact is, he is the undisputed leader. So he takes tough decision of putting people in Margadarshak committee and Margadarshak and all that. He can do that. But Rahul Gandhi has never proven himself as a leader. On what basis is he taking tough decisions? Number one. Number two, you see, in management, it is very clear. At times, there are certain things you can do, there are certain things you can't. So if you're a managing director and sales is not your forte or human resources is not your forte, then what you do is you hire a best of human resources person and you say, Baba, you take care of human resources, let me take care of sales. Okay, or sales is not your forte, then you hire the best of salesperson and say, you take care of sales, I will take care of production and overall management. Okay, this is how an intelligent leader functions. You see, this gentleman, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he has been talking about throwing old blood, new blood, fresh blood, bad blood, good blood and all that. Every HR decision, every decision Rahul Gandhi has made as far as people, as far as leadership is concerned, has flopped. It is time he realizes this. Is Jyotiraditya Scindia, who is a union minister now. That was his team. Jiten Prasada. These are his people. These were his team. All of them left him. This G23, Milind Deora, his team, all of them left him. All of them left him. Navjot Singh Sidhu, his teammate, all of them left him. The fact is, people who he has cared for, people who he has backed, people who he said should be the leader has left him. Number one. Number two, what are you talking about? Are you the leader first? First, consolidate your leadership. Once you consolidate your leadership, then you can start taking decisions. Then you can create leader. अरे खुद को तो leader बनाओ. You become a leader first. I always believe one of the most popular person in Congress party is Rahul Gandhi. I do not dispute from that. I have been saying this before and I am still saying it. I will say this tomorrow also. Unless and until I see another face who is as good as Rahul Gandhi, who can gather, like I always said, 20,000 people anywhere from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Only one man can gather, that is Rahul Gandhi. I accept that. But because you are popular, that doesn't mean that you are a leader. What are you doing to make yourself a better leader? First and foremost is you do not have enough victory under your belt to say that I am a leader. You at times are visible, at times are not visible. First problem. Second problem is anything happens, you run away and say, I don't want to be anything, I don't want to be leader, I don't want to be president, I'll go to Kerala, I will settle in Kerala, I will not come back from Kerala. 3-4 months back, you pack your bags and come back and say, I want to be leader. Is this a matured leader's behavior? Is this befitting a matured leader? So the fact is, you can't blow hot, blow cold. You can't say I want it, I don't. And most importantly, try to work on your strength. You are a popular face. If you are on the streets more, people will like you more because you have a likable face. You have a likable character. Your character is quite likable. People like your character. You come through as a good man. Work on that. That's what you need to work on. Not trying to create leaders which you yourself are not. Work on your popularity. Become the most popular person possible. That's something that you can do. Don't work on your weakness. Work on your strength. And that's the point I wanted to make through this. The last point I would say is, you know what Congress needs today? Congress doesn't need G23, G64, G97 or the Gandhis to prevail. Congress needs a person, and I'm not talking about a president or a prime minister or a leader or something. I'm not talking about all of that. I think Congress needs a coordinator, a person who can get all these people into one room. And for 3 days, tell them to talk to each other. And in the third day, create that one single objective that party is looking forward to. That is what Congress needs. Then people like Kanhaiya Kumar and Jignesh Mewani and others can take over, can take their reins, do their job, make Congress popular, make their story told to every nook and corner of this country. All of that can happen. But till such time that there is no cohesiveness in Congress, till such time that these guys don't come together, they become G23 and Gandhis and all, till such time that they don't come together, and till such time that Congress plays politics within Congress more than playing politics with Bharatiya Janata Party or other opposition leaders. Till Congress plays politics within Congress, this is going nowhere. That said, like I always say, we require your subscription for us to survive. Please subscribe to our channel. Log on to www.hwnews.in. Subscribe to us. Help us to serve you better. Till I meet you next time. Namaskar.